Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are in the Southern Highlands on the border between this area and the desert, just west of the Shattered Basin, creating a Khitan arena. This build was suggested by Sean Gilroy on my Tower of Heaven build guide, so thanks for the suggestion, Sean. I've wanted to do a arena build for a while now, and whilst I can pretty much guarantee that the Colonising Conan project will definitely have a massive arena within at least one of the major cities, I thought this would be a good opportunity to make a smaller arena that could suit a smaller roleplay setting or maybe a clan base. Whilst this build was requested and built with Khitan, this design would definitely suit a wide variety of materials, with Black Ice or Frontier probably also being great choices for the build. The aim with this arena is to basically be a fighting pit with a tiered spectator arena, with the pit hanging over a large fall to the desert below. The construction of this structure only requires the Imperial East DLC pack if you're building piece for piece, though I did decorate the fighting pit using the Extreme Exiles mod. It's still very much possible to decorate the pit without mods, of course. I just felt that using some of the elements from this mod would add a little bit more to the atmosphere. Also, if you haven't already guessed, I'm a bit sick, so my voice sounds a bit weird. Unfortunately, it seems the convention sickness got me really good this time, but I'll be back to normal pretty soon. Also, I did want to say before we start this video properly, you guys have been going crazy lately with the support for these videos. I've been on the YouTube game off and on for a while, and this level of support really does make the grind worth it, so thanks to everyone that subscribed, liked and watched the recent videos. You guys are the best. So, without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, we'll start off with the base plate. As you can see by the blueprint on screen now, we're going to start by building a huge circular platform, extending out by about 5 tiers, stretching the foundations down into the rock for visual support where necessary on the south side. Unfortunately, the foundations will only go down so far, so certain parts can end up looking a little bit weird and floaty, but just try to cut off the foundations when they're as far clipped into the rock as they will go, and it will give a nice impression of support. I also built foundations out on the northern side to create an entranceway, along with some extra foundations for corridors which will lead to the access to the viewer stands. I also added ceilings in a semi-circle formation around the south of the base plate on the fighting pit, as this will help extend out the fighting area a little bit more and better facilitate using the massive fall into the desert below as part of the fighting pit design. This base plate is pretty large and looks fairly messy right now, but when we start to build the walls you'll be able to see just how the build will be segmented. I also built some foundations just to the north of the main build, which will serve as a stair section to access the arena. Next, for the walls. I first built some walls up to separate the fighting pit from the stands. I then used some stairs to gauge how high I wanted the stands to go, deciding on a 3 tile height for the back seats, going down to 1 tile for the closest seats. I then created a room in the centre of the build to access the fight pit, using walls to separate this room into two smaller chambers, designed to hold each opponent separately. I covered the top of the walls with ceilings, though I would later remove some of the ceilings to add some more verticality to the build, as it felt a little bit too cramped. I then built up the stands using stairs on the east and west sides to access the front standing area, just above the fighting pit. I then used stairs, walls and ceilings to build up by two more tiers, creating more tiered seating areas, covering the edges with fences. I then finished off the walls to the north for the entrance area, using walls and window frames to create a rectangular entranceway with a large gateway to the north. I also placed fences and crenelated walls around the fighting pit, allowing for safety from the fall whilst also opening up areas with the crenelated walls where fighters could feasibly throw one another from the pit to the desert below. I played around with a couple of different roof designs, in the end settling for a standard flat apex roof, with rooftop pieces and a front and side overhang. Pretty standard and boring choice, but it's pretty much what was going to work best with this build. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to of course furnish. Approaching from the north, the small staircase to the arena helps to transition between this rough area of the highlands. Entering the build, the entrance hall is a large chamber that guides visitors straight to the side corridors. It could be a good choice to add some food and drink vendors to this area, although I didn't at the time. Heading up the side stairs and into the stands, each tier has a good view of the pit, with the standing area right at the front having the perfect view, whilst the cheap seats at the back still have a good view, just not as good as those in the front. Heading back inside and into the fighter preparation area, this is a small waiting area where fighters prepare for their opponents. Finally, the pit itself. This pit has a variety of traps and hazards, along with weapons, fire and evidence of previous fights, with corpses littering the area. The fall down to the desert below is a massive one, a guaranteed end for somebody unfortunate enough to be thrown from the arena. And there we have it, a Khitan arena in the Highlands, high on the border just west of the Shattered Basin. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Sean Gilroy for the suggestion. I very much enjoyed building this. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Suggestions are my favourite thing to do on this channel, and you guys always seem to come up with great ones, so anything, as always, is welcome. Don't forget to join the fun on our Discord through the link in the description, and if you'd like to support the future of this channel, the link to my Patreon is also in the description below, with various patronage tiers and rewards including Discord roles, sneak peeks at new videos, your name at the end of videos, and more. On that note, a thanks to our patrons Sammy, Doomshade and Dawnfox. If you're new to the channel, feel free to check out the rest of my Conan Exiles content. There is already loads uploaded, and there is plenty more coming every Wednesday and Sunday. So if you like what you see, subscribe and turn on post notifications to be notified when I go live on Twitch, to be the first to see the next video, and to join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you again for all the support lately, you guys are absolutely killing it. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.